Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a quick energy check-in, a weekly update for you, whatever you need it to be, whatever reasons bringing you here. Let this reading be that for you. We just did have a full moon in Leo, and we also had the season of Imbolc, that in between part of the time frame that's right in between the winter solstice and the spring solstice. I have the main tarot deck here is the Light Seers Tarot. I have the Romance Angels Oracle. I'm going to set those off to the side. And the Marchetti Tarot, I'm also going to use as clarification, setting that off to the side. I'm going to just continue to shuffle and talk here to you, with you. Thank you for being here, first of all. And I hope that the reason that you decided to watch this is because you have a situation on your mind or your heart that you've been wanting some clarification. You've been wanting some extra, I don't know, getting a tarot reading for me is like sitting down and talking with a friend, presenting your situation to them. And then, they give you advice or they give you insight and you take it or leave it. You don't have to let it be the buy all end all, but it's nice to have. So I hope that whatever situation you have on your mind or your heart, this reading helps you to gain some insight. For the sign of Virgo, let's dial in and help them with whatever situation that they have on their mind or their heart that they are bringing to the table. For the sign of Virgo, let's give them some clarity. What is the situation that brought Virgo here today? What is the situation that we can give some extra added layer of knowledge to for them? All right. Seven of Cups. You have a lot on your mind. You have a lot in your heart. You have some decisions to make. You have some choices open and available to you right now. Maybe you've got some job options. Maybe you are dating and you've got some potential people that you're interested in. There is a caveat to the Seven of Cups. It is very emotionally driven. So Virgo, I know that you're analytical and I know that you're a very grounded, methodical, oriented, organized person, ruled by the planet Mercury. So I know you do a lot of thinking. This is very emotional. This is very, very emotional, and you may not love being in that energy, but something is emotionally driven for you. Something to do with your family, something to do with your love life, something to do with your job. The decisions at hand, the options and the choices. There is something in each of those cups. Everything in the cup of each of those might not be good. Everything looks bright and shiny. Everything shows up with its best foot forward. But that's not always what we get when we choose that cup. So we have to be aware, we have to be cautious. And I know that you're already such a cautious sign anyway. So having to be cautious in your mind is one thing, but having to be cautious with your heart, that's a whole other ballgame. So there is some deliberation. There is some choosing, some choices for you. This can also be fantasy land, delusions. So we do have to be careful. We can convince ourselves that, oh no, all of these choices are wonderful. And then, we choose that and we realize and find out later that it was a humongous big okie doke. So I think you are trying to be as careful as possible with the choices that you have available to you. Let's get some supporting, contributing factors to back that up. We've got death and rebirth, the major arcana for the sign of Scorpio. There's some transformation energy happening for you in your life with this choices at hand card. There's the temperance energy here. Sign of Sagittarius. Let's get one more card out. That's Archangel Michael. So your situation has angelic power and protection backing it up. That's for sure. One more card for Virgo. Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. That is it's very interesting. Let's get the bottom of the deck, the Sun. Okay, this is great news. This is great news. Ultimately, whatever situation that you brought to this reading, know that you are being protected and everything is going to be okay. The Sun is the most positive, happy card of all tarot, of all 78 cards that are in the deck. The Sun shows and shines when the situation is being overseen by the light of the sun, that beautiful ball of fire that we worship. The light is being shown and shined down on you, and you are going to be drawing from that beautiful energy. This is Leo. We just had that full moon in Leo. This is the major arcana for the sign of Leo. So knowing that we've got the sun backing us up, shining down on us, we have this decision at hand, this choice, this deliberation process going on emotionally. It's emotional, something that we are choosing with our heart. And we're choosing something with our heart because there's been a death and a rebirth. There's been the end of something. There's been the beginning of something new. Or, if this was like the end of a job, you have to choose a new job. And that's an emotional decision. There's been the end of a relationship. And now there is a state of singleness, and you have to, or you want to, make a decision on someone that you would like to consider dating or being with. There's been an end of something and a beginning of something new has opened up. So that automatically creates choices. But remember, the sun is here. The Temperance shows up when there's a need to remind you that everything needs to happen in moderation. We don't just jump from being 20 years married to being single and finding the next person like that. That can happen. It has happened, all that. But this is here as like a marker in the road to say, slow your roll, Virgo. Not everything has to happen lickety split. Not everything needs to go down from one thing to the next in a split second. Be moderate. Take your time. Take your time. Balance the energies. Bring balance. You've got choices to make, but do you have to make them today? Something did end and something new is beginning, but does that new beginning have to happen today? Can you take your time? Can you be balanced? Can you have a little bit of the sun and a little bit of the moon, and you can bring that into a perfect harmony? Can there be harmony? This is Archangel Michael, by the way. Archangel Michael shows up because there is some obstacles in your mind, in your heart, in your life that are going to be cleared out so that there can be balance, so that you can have moderation, so that you can have a little bit of the best of both. This is kind of like it's like a spiritual heavenly bartender mixing the drinks and putting a little bit of this and a little bit of that and mixing everything up just right. Just right. Because everything's going to be okay, Virgo. I think this reading has been brought to you to soothe you in your mind, because having all this emotional energy, it maybe spins you up and gets you thinking too much about things. And I hope that this reading can help you to just calm your energy, balance your love and your light, balance your truth and your feelings, balance your mind and your heart, bring balance to your life. Just relax a little bit. The Nine of Pentacles ultimately says that your physical reality is based on you, your contributions. You contribute to your family or to your life in general. It's like it's a very single energy, but you don't have to be single for this to be true. It's just the Nine of Pentacles is a very entrepreneurial, hardworking individual that knows the value of a dollar. They know what they bring to the table. They know that they are a vital contributing factor to their workplace, to their relationships, to their family, to their community at large. They know this about themselves. They know that they're a solid 100% person. They bring it. They don't jack around. They don't joke around. They don't dabble in things. They're all in or they're all out. And that is just really interesting because that's where bring some balance to that equation. You know, you do have all these emotional, energetic choices to make. And I think you want to just maybe handle it all on your own. But if you can, relax down just a tad, knowing that everything is going to be okay no matter what. But let's bring some balance and moderation into the situation for the sake of your heart and your mind. Let's get some clarification for you, Virgo. Clarification for the sign of Virgo. For this reading that we have pulled out some really good information. I think this is some powerful, potent energy right here for the sign of Virgo. We have the Magician. Awesome. And then the Judgment. All right. Okay. That's powerful. That is for sure. With the Magician and the Judgment showing up for you, Virgo, to clarify this reading, the Magician says, you are the one that will manifest your destiny. You are the one, by the thoughts that you think, by the energy that you put out into the world, knowing that you have all the tools that you need to create your life. Know that positive thinking, what we bring about, what we think about, we bring about. So be very, very careful with the power that you have to create your life. Like the canvas is up. What colors are you going to choose? We'll look at that. You've got your choices here. You've got your decisions to make. But before you make your decision, choose how you want that destiny to look or feel or sound like or taste like. Dial it in. Be a manifester of your destiny. And at the end of the day, the judgment, the decision, the ultimate renewal of your energy, and it's almost going to be like you're going to feel like you've been born again, like you shed some skin and you opened up to a whole new reality. This is a spiritual awakening. The judgment shows up when there's been like a gigantic epiphany for you and you realize what's really important, what really deserves your time, effort, attention, and energy, what really matters. That is huge. Wow. Let's get a oracle card for you. Whether or not you're here for love and romance or not, I'm going to give an oracle card to you. And we can apply this in any way that we need to. It says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. Make the effort, Virgo. I know that's not anything you're not willing to do. I know you're all about effort. That is your reading, Virgo. I hope that it was helpful for you. If this reading speaks to you, please leave a comment. Your feedback is so awesome and reassuring and helpful, but I'd love to hear no matter what. Thank you for being here, Virgo. I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and if you are willing or able to give me a like, follow, subscribe, or share, I would be greatly blessed. And I hope that you're blessed. Be well. Thank you.